I worked with a particular patient many years ago who'd had PTSD symptoms for over 20 years. He'd been a soldier during the Troubles in Northern Ireland and had been exposed to a bomb explosion where a number of his friends died and he was covered in their bits of body. He had nightly nightmares for 20 years until he came to see me and we started some treatment together. In a matter of weeks, all his symptoms had gone away. So a man who'd been tormented by his trauma for over 2 decades, I saw become thoroughly well. And that's what impresses me about the treatment and the hope that no matter how long you've had the symptoms for, there are effective treatments available, but you need to come forward and ask for help. Hi, my name's Pete and today I want to talk to you about PTSD. Stereotypes that suggest that patients with PTSD are violent, unpredictable, incompetent, or in some way to blame for their own trauma are all really unhelpful. Myths are dangerous because they get in the way of people coming forward to get help. That's why we've got to challenge these things. That's why we've got to talk about PTSD and other mental conditions. PTSD stands for Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. It's a mental condition that can happen after significant scary events happen to an individual, and maybe something like that's happened to you. All of us would be scared if you suddenly you're involved in a car crash or someone attacks you, and those responses you have initially are normal. But if those difficulties last for more than 4 to 6 weeks, then you may develop PTSD. PTSD's got a number of symptoms that you may recognise. Your sleep may be disturbed, you may be on edge, you may have difficulty relaxing, you may be thinking about what's happened even if you don't want to, and you may be having bad dreams or nightmares about it, flashbacks, re-experiencing phenomenon as if the trauma is happening again. All of those are symptoms of PTSD as your brain tries to make sense of the horrible thing that you've been through. One of the things that stops people coming forward for help is this thing called stigma, as if you've got a label that makes you unwell or unworthy. That can really stop people coming forward and getting effective help for mental health conditions. We counteract stigma by having decent role models, correct stories in the media about what PTSD is and the fact you can get better, and being able to talk about it more openly through things like this. There's very little evidence that anything can protect you from PTSD because the trauma itself is so utterly overwhelming. It's getting that help early that reduces the long-term consequences of PTSD. The initial sort of treatment we think about is a talking therapy, and that could be trauma-focused cognitive behavioural therapy, or it could be a treatment called EMDR, which stands for Eye Movement Desensitization Reprocessing, which is a real mouthful, but it's a psychological approach to help you process the really difficult memories you've got from the traumatic event, and it works really well. Most people get better in between 8 and 12 sessions. If you believe someone's got PTSD, saying any of the following is really unhelpful. Telling them to man up, telling them that they're weak, telling them that they're not deserving of care, that they brought it upon themselves. All of those things are incredibly unhelpful and you mustn't do. People will tiptoe around them, they're not going to want to talk about what happened, they're going to be worried about setting them off into a relapse. You just don't need to treat them like a normal person, the husband, the brother, the wife that you already knew. The media has lots of portrayals of people with PTSD, often soldiers, often police officers, but it can happen to anybody. It's about being able to support them and invite them to come and get some help. So if you think someone's struggling with PTSD, there are a number of things that you can do to help them. The first thing is listen to them, give them some space, give them your attention, your time and your support. Then it's about encouraging them to get appropriate help. There's lots of treatment available, but often people are worried about coming forward to talk about their traumas and their difficulties, or they're really pessimistic that they won't get better. And also recognise that because of that high levels of arousal, you need to support them to find some time, some self-care time just for them as well. Whether it's you that's struggling with PTSD or someone that you love, hopefully what we've spoken about today and what you've heard will put you in a position to come forward and ask for help if it's you, or to be able to encourage your loved ones to come and get the help they need.